coin detected in pocket.
All right, welcome to the podcast. I'm Joe. This is William. This is 3 Lives for a Quarter. We're basically here just to talk about what we like in gaming, classic gaming, modern gaming, everything in between. So this is what we're getting started. Probably going to have some bumps in the road, and
Yes, definitely.
Sorry. Just to give you a little introspective on where we're coming from with games. I started my stuff out in the very late 70s and the early 80s. So, I mean, we're talking Space Invaders, and I didn't play Pong, but it was around back then.
Did you have a Magnavox Odyssey?
I did not, but a friend did.
Yeah.
I started with an Atari 2600 at home. But also, the vintage arcade games. We had color at that point.
Color.
We had
Color TV.
color video games.
Oh.
Not like the black and white Atari, like racers and stuff like that. Asteroids. Asteroids is a huge favorite of mine from that era, and I think that came out in 79. And then, of course, after the Ataris for home, I had a 2600. I had a 5200, which had the worst controller ever on a computer, ever.
Jesus.
And then I migrated from there to a Commodore 64, and then I went to a PC. And frankly, I didn't have a console again until the PS2 came out. How about you?
Well, my earliest gaming memories would definitely be on the NES, Nintendo home console. Definitely be Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very.
That was the
as a
big
millennial,
game for you.
that was a
By
very.
the way, cheers.
Yep. Kirin Ichiban. One of the best
Beers
Japanese beers, in my opinion. Yep, definitely.
Good call. I don't think I've had this before.
Yeah, it's really, dude. First time I tried this, because I used to what was it?
Back on the mean streets of Japan.
Sapporo. Yeah, way back in the mean streets of Japan, back in my early NES days.
Yeah.
Anyway, as this standard millennial growing up, our first experience, a lot of millennials could say their first experience in gaming was Mario on the Nintendo, or a lot of them probably might say Sonic on the Sega.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Like Atari, Sega came and went.
Yep. And then parents got us the Super Nintendo not long after when that came out. And that was a mind-blowing experience as a young child to open up a Super Nintendo. I knew they existed, but I just thought we would never get one. And then it was just, I would say my first gaming memories were definitely NES. The greatest memory I had was definitely getting the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And playing Super Mario World, games like Donkey Kong Country.
Moment. It just, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was amazing. Epic. And I don't think there's been a moment in my childhood that tops that.
Yeah.
As a gaming memory.
Yeah.
Anyway. But, I mean, there's been games that obviously have topped that. But as far as childhood memories goes, that was definitely number one.
And did you move to the N64 after that?
Yep. We got the N64 and the PlayStation. We were lucky enough to have both.
Right on.
So I was playing all kinds of PlayStation games and going back and forth between 64 and PlayStation in the early days. Games like Final Fantasy VII, PlayStation.
When I was a kid,
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, 1 and 2. Excellent.
Nobody had two units or systems when I was a kid. Yeah. The Magnavox was fading as the Atari 2600 was picking up.
The Odyssey.
And then the Odyssey 2 actually.
Yeah.
And it had horrible joysticks, controllers.
The Odyssey did?
Like little bars.
I know they had you had to put the layout on the screen for some games, depending on the game you're playing.
That was the original Odyssey, I think.
Yeah, the original, the very first one.
And then, but I had friends that had Intellivisions, and they did not have Ataris. And my friends that had Ataris didn't have Intellivisions.
Yep. Television. Never played that one.
And then, but one of the things that I always thought was so cool, Atari couldn't get, after the initial Atari joystick, they could not get a controller right. Yeah, they sucked.
Yep.
The 5200 did, the 7800 did. They just sucked. And even when they put the Jaguar out, they were copying everybody else, but they still didn't get it right. And I was so impressed that Nintendo came in and had a D-pad and extra buttons, and everything's just built off that ever since.
That's
the way to go.
Yeah, with the hand controller with the D-pads. Then they brought back the joysticks. Was it PlayStation that brought back the well, they started the twin. Dual.
Well, actually, the N64 had that kind of a joystick.
It did have a joystick. You're right.
Yeah.
But the PlayStation had the dual joystick configuration. Yep.
And everybody's pretty much got that little dual thumb joystick now and a D-pad. Yeah,
that's just the standard now.
Unless you have the very first the Steam controller that has those weird
it does.
Pads.
The first edition of the Steam controller wasn't bad, but the new one, have you seen the new?
Yeah, the $100 controller.
Yeah, $100. Unfortunate price, but it's an improved model. I like it a lot better. Mm-hmm. It's the button placement is just perfect, superior. It's just so much better.
I can't wait to see one of those.
I want to get one.
If we can ever afford one.
I know. I want to get one, but I don't think. Yeah, thanks. Shout out. Okay, so what were we talking about? Okay, we were on.
Well, we were just going over our stuff here.
So that covers first gaming memories for sure.
So yes and no. What was yours was Mario.
Definitely NES with Mario. I think I there's some memories I have of Atari as well, but it's not really prominent. I think my first real gaming memory where I felt like, man, this is great. It was with NES for sure.
Mine, my memories are really arcades because nobody had the Ataris and stuff yet. True. It was just coming.
Well, yeah, arcades also. It's something. Well, I was thinking with that question, I was mostly thinking at home. But if we're talking arcade, because it would be both really, NES and the arcades, because arcades have been around before I was born.
And I mean, Atari was out the 2600, and it wasn't called the 2600. It was called the VCS. That was around for like 5 years before Space Invaders came out, and overnight, everybody had an Atari in their house.
Was it because of Space Invaders?
Yeah, I had friends that had Atari.
Was that a system seller?
It was.
Oh, wow.
It was. Because Atari prior to that came with Combat. And the Atari
Combat
that I bought had Combat.
Yeah.
And you had games like Gunslinger and Night Driver and Maze Craze and
Pitfall.
All that. No, not yet.
Pitfall wasn't around yet?
No,
that was later.
That was
Atari edition.
When those guys broke away from Atari because Atari was treating them like shit.
Of course.
And but even Pitfall was not a first Activision game. They'd had a dozen games out before that came out. Mm-hmm. But that was another game changer. And Pitfall 2, I think, was at the time was the largest amount of memory in an Atari cartridge ever.
Mm-hmm. Was that 12 kilobytes?
Yeah.
Probably less than that.
Yeah, 4K. I don't know, something like that.
Who knows? Could probably look that up.
I used to know it.
My earliest, my favorite Atari games, if we're going to talk Atari for a second, definitely Joust and Pitfall, Joust, and Winter Games. That's what it was.
I never played Winter Games on Atari.
It was a lot of fun.
I played it on a Commodore. That's where it started, as if I remember.
It started off as a Commodore?
Yeah, Epics.
Okay. I can believe that.
My favorite Atari game, hands down, would be Adventure. With the dragons that look like ducks.
Okay.
It was one of the very first games to have an Easter egg in it.
Yeah.
We used to call it the Dragon's Eye.
Oh, nice.
And you found it up in the Black Castle, and it was in a sealed off room, but you take this bridge thing that will let you go through the walls. Yeah.
So it was like was it the first video game secret?
Clicked on it, and
that's crazy.
What is it? What is it?
What is it doing?
And it's just a little dot. And dragged it out, and I moved it all over the damn map.
And never did anything?
With me. Doesn't do a thing. And then one day, realized I could go through one of the barrier walls with it, and there you could see the programmer's name. And the programmer had put his name there because Atari didn't give anybody any credit. It was a big fuck you to Atari.
Dude, that's awesome. That's like a Kilroy was here kind of moment. Yeah.
It was really cool.
His signature, his secret signature. That's awesome.
So here's a question for you. What system made you a lifelong gamer?
Lifelong. I would definitely say the Super Nintendo. While NES was definitely the first prominent gaming experience, I don't think it was until the Super Nintendo that it became like, okay, I'm doing this forever. Mm-hmm. Games like I said, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat, all these brilliant games on the Super Nintendo. That some of them are still fun to play today. Just timeless classics. But,
timeless classics.
Well, what about you?
Commodore 64.
For sure.
Hands down.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down. Changed everything. And I bought my, like my Atari, I bought my Commodore 64 with my paper out money.
Nice.
I bought it from
classic.
a neighbor who had gotten it at isn't that great grammar?
Yeah.
User groups were real big when the Commodores and the Apples and all that were first out. And they had one local to us called the Tidewater Commodore User Group.
Ooh,
and
nice.
he got it there.
BBS.
And no, it's little prior to BBS, and at least for me, I'm sure BBS was there.
Yeah.
But I got it, and unfortunately, it came with a black and white TV, but it was one of those green, screen TVs,
Mm-hmm.
and so I had no sound with this thing for a long time. So I actually hooked it up to a spare black and white TV that I had.
Oh, nice.
Or that my parents
How'd
had.
you hook it up to the TV? Is it like the classic screw on?
Yes.
Like in the back?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because I didn't have a regular Commodore monitor till I got my 128. Playing with my face.
Built in?
Well, then you had the
built-in
you had the
monitors,
built-in.
Yeah.
It had the built-in composite feeds.
Okay.
So you had to with the
Yeah.
the-
Oh, I was
the
thinking
two
of
audios.
the mobile one.
yellow.
What's that professional one called? The one that's mobile?
The SX64, the one that I showed you last week. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that one has the built-in monitor.
That was a little later. Yeah.
That's later, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
called the Executive.
That's right, the executive.
32 pounds of portable computer with a 5-inch color monitor.
Executive.
And it is so fucking badass.
It is fucking. That's awesome. That is fucking.
When I was
sweet.
in the Navy, I took that on my first med cruise with me.
Oh yeah.
That was a great way
Can't
to
beat
waste
that.
time sitting out in the ocean doing nothing.
Hell yeah, dude. There's not much to do out there
No.
if they're not working you.
So yeah, Commodore 64, and about a year after I got the 64, I got a 1200 baud modem.
Oh,
that
damn.
that changed everything.
High tech.
Changed everything.
Yep.
Everything. Just
The entire world overnight.
I owe my life to that. my
Your
professional career.
professional career, yeah.
Yeah, it starts
that's true.
there.
That's true. Yeah, I think a lot of us IT nerds started off. Obviously the gaming inspired the interest in technology, which
Absolutely.
led us both into the IT industry. Speaking of that, PC as the earliest gaming memory I have of that definitely would be Duke Nukem on the with my Intel Pentium 2 processor. I don't know, was it 200 megahertz, something like that?
A little earlier than that, when I came back from that first med cruise with my SX64 in tow, my very good best friend, Mr. Roy, had purchased a PC while I was out overseas, and I saw that
actual PC.
386,
Oh shit!
and
All right.
and I saw that and saw Wing Commander.
Good job, Wing Commander.
Yeah.
It was a great
And
job.
I immediately went out and bought Ultima 6 and Savage Empire, which also used the Ultima 6 engine. And a week later, I bought the computer.
Oh hell yeah!
And
You bought the games for the computer.
Oh yeah, I bought the games
That's
first.
classic. I like
Yeah. So now I have to buy a computer. I have the games.
that. I'm committed.
Yeah,
Can't get out of it now.
it's fantastic.
Excellent.
So here, this one's a question for you:
What we got?
arcade versus home.
Let's see. Well, I mean, there's obviously a fundamental design difference between the arcade and gaming at home.
They really delivered. I mean, back then, especially a different experience.
Yeah, arcade is unique, and it was always a fun experience to go to the arcade. I mean, every time my dad would be like, "Let's go to the arcade," because he knows that he could just throw a few 20s in the fucking thing. Because me and my two older brothers just hand us the shit ton of coins, and I'd be walking around with a pocket full of coins, and I'm like, "This is the greatest day ever."
Yeah.
Like,
yes, the experience there
Yeah.
for me, but at the same time, my parents and especially my grandparents, who were Depression era people,
oh, yep,
they could not understand.
the arcade.
No, it was throwing money away.
What? Oh, yeah, because they're so
So
utilitarian.
I did not let anybody know I was going to the arcade, or if I did, it was like,
You
no,
flush your
I don't
money
have
down the
any.
toilet.
I'm just going to the mall.
I'm gonna hang out.
I'm gonna go to Walden
hang out with
Books.
friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
go read some
else.
books.
yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, we're.
That's fine. See, I was lucky enough. My dad, he was not a Depression era.
Yeah.
I don't remember when he was born.
So yeah, both of my parents, they're
Yeah.
World War II kids.
Yep.
And
post World War II, or were they alive during World War II?
Yeah.
How old were they during World War II?
My parents were born in 40 and 41, so they were.
Oh, they were during. So they're silent generation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do
boomers.
remember my dad telling me though that my dad used to do trains. He loved his trains, and his father took all of his
people
trains,
from that generation like trains. Yeah.
took all of his trains and donated them for scrap metal.
Oh,
and he said he never forgave his dad for that.
I wouldn't either, man. I don't blame him. I wouldn't forgive him.
My dad loved trains, and when I was a kid, like at Christmas time, he always set up a train, and all the little Lionel train and all this stuff. They're probably still in my parents' attic.
Oh, dang. That's crazy.
Yeah, but he
my wife's dad, he loves trains too, but he's like 80 something. So he loves
That's what my
trains.
dad, he would be 84 now if he was around. Yeah.
Yeah, her dad's same age as your dad.
Yeah.
About probably, because he loves fucking trains. Like, if they had met, man, they would have gotten along pretty well, probably.
Especially if they drank.
Oh, yeah.
My dad was a drinker.
Yep. Anyway.
But yeah, going back
we're talking about arcade versus...
You're just off on a tangent. That's right.
We totally went off on a tangent. Hold on. So arcade, it was just a fundamentally different design for both types of arcade. Because with an arcade, they want to eat up your quarters as quickly as possible.
Not at first, but especially a little later on, when games like Gauntlet and did you watch that video I sent you this week?
Which one?
Where it had all the video games and it was showing a bit, and it showed some of Dragon's Lair, which I talked to you about recently.
Yeah, with the Don Blue.
Yeah, the Don Blue stuff.
Game. Yep.
And it was just a quarter.
Now that I saw
a quarter vacuum, dude.
Now that I saw what you were talking about, it's I've seen that before. It was it just triggered the memory.
So much.
Yep.
So there's so much to
pretty cool. Well, I think we have later arcades. It was more about how can we separate you from your money.
Yeah.
And basically, there's some design differences there in terms of like they had more incentive to make the game cheat against you.
Yes.
Than home console. Even though it did translate into the home console, because you swear, every kid growing up swears that game was cheating on me.
Right.
And it turns out we get old, we grow up, and we got people who go to the back end, take a look at the code, and that game was fucking cheating.
You download those ROMs and put them in MAME.
The ROMs. Yeah.
And and
turns out they're cheating.
I knew it back then too, because you could see the
shit.
guys when they would open up the cabinets and work on them.
Yeah.
And you could see they would set all the levels,
the parameters and shit.
Yeah. And it's like, you make this. I showed you Berserk earlier.
Yep.
And
Berserk.
And that guy was playing. I'm like, no, I never got that far.
No.
I never got that far.
Although, like I said, those channels use a lot of what's called TAS. Tool-assisted speed run or tool-assisted runs where they use they kind of program it to make it look like they're playing really good. Mm-hmm. They're actually playing the game, but it's the robot that's kind of the program that's controlling.
Mm-hmm. They're just guiding it.
Not even guiding. They're just letting it run.
No shit.
So when they upload it, they look like gods of gaming, but they're not really.
That sounds like a future episode.
Yeah, we could do that.
I think we can make a note of that.
Yeah.
So next question.
So we did arcade versus home console. So home console is more, like I said, it gives you a more, I think, would you say more bang for your buck than the arcade would?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they're trying to attract you into gaming at home rather than going out and spending more money.
And I mean, look at arcades now. Mm-hmm. I mean, they essentially died off.
Yeah.
Now they're coming back as a retro thing, but they're all barcades and restaurants and
the more modern ones
beat up games and
the more modern ones are kind of selling gambling to kids. Like they do all these carnival games in there now rather than
get all the tickets that you can
tickets so you can buy all this crappy shit.
Yeah. And here's a shitty little teddy bear that, the scenes are coming apart on.
Yeah, if you go to Chuck E. Cheese now, they got it's like a casino. It's like a casino for kids.
I have not been in a Chuck E. Cheese since the 80s. Yeah. Chuck E. Cheese used to be the shit. And that and showbiz.
Their pizza is still really good, though. I'll say that.
I don't remember their pizza.
I don't. But
if
you go there,
it being bad. I don't remember it being good.
Yeah, because my daughter, she's 12, so I'm like, we went to Chuck E. Cheese last year, and the pizza was amazing. I'll say that.
That's good.
It's they didn't skimp on the pizza.
Right on.
But anyway. So
next question. Your platform's the Nintendo. Mine's the Commodore 64. The question is what did each one offer that the other one didn't have?
Yeah. Well, if we're talking about NES or Super Nintendo, I guess either one of them are probably similar in their what they offered. Would definitely be plug and play kind of experience. Like you could just throw the cartridge in, turn it on, you got a controller, you can play. You don't got to worry about setup, installation, floppy disks, none of that.
Firmware updates.
No firmware updates.
Yeah. It was the same with the Commodore back in the day. Sometimes you could update a chip, if there was a bug in a chip, but that was rare. Same thing with the game.
You think the Commodore was it pretty?
Once the game was golden, it was out and it was gold.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's a lot different these days. With bugs and patches and updates. You didn't have that. I guess you didn't have that experience with Commodore either, right?
Yeah, because they do their what is it called? What's the term? We do our bug testing in production.
Yep. I worked at a few companies that did that.
Yeah, I still do.
Wow.
So, to me, where the Commodore stands out, not only was it a gaming machine, because it was, but you could take it online. And like I said, I got that 1200 baud modem, and everything changed for me. BBSing. BBSing. Total precursor to the internet. It was so fucking fantastic.
Nice.
And of course, keyboard, interactive. I took a typing course in high school. Best thing I ever did. I've used it every day, rest of my life.
Yep. Yeah, I also took a typing class as well.
Yeah.
So it helps you speed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be more
Absolutely.
Don't have to look at the keyboard.
All right. Well, we're getting here. We're starting to run out of time. Let's power through this next point here. What counts as a classic to you?
Classic. Well, I'd say what counts as a classic is probably different for everybody.
Agreed.
Depending on when you're born.
Especially when there's been 9 generations of consoles and stuff on the home side.
Yeah, because my daughter, she's growing up, she's going to consider PS5s the classic. So,
yeah.
But so for me, a classic is definitely early 90s. Would definitely be, or mid 90s. That's like the classic era for me.
And if you want to grade it like
Donkey
you do
Kong
a car,
Country. Super Mario World. What do you say?
I was going to say, if you want to grade it like a car becomes a classic when it's 25 years old.
25.
So we're looking now at the PS2 and the
PS2.
Xbox 360, I guess, or is it
When
just
is
the
the
Xbox?
360? Oh, the 360 is almost 20 years old. Holy crap!
And
it might be actually. Wait,
and the GameCube.
Yeah, I think it is 20 years old now.
So
the
and
GameCube's older than 20.
The Dreamcast too.
Dreamcast, yeah.
That's going to be there with the PS2.
I was never
so first generation
Dreamcast.
Xbox, forget the 360.
Yep.
So yeah, those
first
four
generation.
systems are hitting the 25-year mark.
Yep, they're classics. I could agree with that. Like, there's a lot of classic games on PlayStation 2.
Oh,
You can name 100 probably classic games on PS2.
SSX tricky.
Yep. Oh, that's definitely a classic. Oh shit! Sunday.
Had to do it.
We had to get it out of our system one time. We won't do that again. We promise.
We might.
No, we'll do it again. PS2. Like Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation.
Oh, that was huge
man.
on
It's
PS2
still-
also. Yeah.
Yeah. It was massive on
What was
PS2
it?
and PlayStation
Metal Gear
as well.
Solid 2, Solid Snake.
Yep. Well, Metal Gear Solid. Well, you had Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation. Metal Gear Solid 2. What was it?
I thought it was Solid Snake.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Wow. I think it's the beer. I'm brain farting right now.
That's all right.
I'm gonna look that up. Maybe we can edit this part out.
No. Warts and all. Warts and all.
Gear Solid. Yeah, Solid Snake. Wait, no. Metal Gear Solid 2. Sons of Liberty. That's what it was.
Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty.
Solid Snake's character.
Yeah, Solid Snake is the character.
Time since I played that.
Yeah, it's well, obviously me. I played that on PS2. I remember I sat there all day. It was a snow day, and I borrowed it from a friend. It was a snow day, and all like my brothers were outside playing, and I was inside playing Metal Gear Solid 2 all day long. Like it was like I finished the game in the same day. Like it was crazy.
I got SSX and SSX tricky at the same time, and I remember playing SSX and going, it's okay, or whatever. And I'm like, the other one's going to be more the same. And then the second game, it's like, they nailed it. Everything had come together.
Nice. Sometimes the sequel, man. Sometimes it takes them a game or two to get it right.
And 3 looked better, but 3 you couldn't go off course. You really had to stay the course. Whereas
lock you down.
Yeah, Tricky gave you the movement to just go all over that thing because you were coming down a hill or whatever.
Man, we could do a whole episode on PS2 classics. Like that's ridiculous.
It's been a
Gran
while.
Turismo 3.
Oh yeah,
that was an amazing game that came out on PS2.
There was a lot of controversy around that at the time too. There were some delays and stuff like that. It came out late.
Remember. I don't remember. All I know is I bought it and played it.
Wow. I can't even think of my PS2 games here at the moment.
Well, we got Final Fantasy X, just
Final Fantasy 7.
No, 7 was PlayStation.
That's
That was PS1.
PS2.
That was PS1. It's
Final Fantasy 7?
Yeah. Well, 7, 8, and 9 were all PS1. And then Final Fantasy X was the first one for PS2.
Really?
Yep. Because Final Fantasy X came out in 2001.
Because I didn't have a PS3. I went
Yeah.
to Xbox 360 after the PS2.
Yep.
So
Well, I know because I played a lot of Final Fantasy.
look it up.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Look it up. Final Fantasy 7's PS2.
No, it's not. Final Fantasy 7 console. Well, it's on everything now, but yeah, 97, which means it iconic PS1 game. I think it's because it came out so close. It came out right before PS2 hit. Because
so it's
PS2
on
hit.
both.
Wait, PS2 hit. When it be? Well, you could play it on PS2 because PS2 could play PS1 games.
Right.
So you could throw a PS1 disc straight in there. So,
what am I thinking of?
well, hold on. Well, PS2 released.
Because I have it in a PS2 cartridge container, not
I think
the
in
CD
99.
container.
Well, PS2 released in 2000.
Yeah.
So, Final Fantasy VII released on PS1 in 1997, but it released on PC in 1998.
What was
Maybe because it was so close to PS2, maybe your memory might be like it's like meshing together. And my mind does that.
And
shit.
I know I do have a couple of PS1 games that I bought that I played on the PS2, and I used to play music on my PS2, and I played DVDs on my PS2, and all that other shit.
Yep. Oh wow, we got hung up on the PS2 for a second.
And Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 1 and 2, those were also PS1.
Yeah.
PS1 games.
Resident Evil 3 then.
3 was PS1 as well.
Okay.
4 was the first one on the PS2 game. Well, first released on GameCube. Then it later released on PlayStation 2. It was a GameCube exclusive. Resident Evil 4 was at first.
Gotcha.
So
you know what? I did not own a GameCube.
Well, it was okay.
It
had some good games on it, but
what was their comeback machine? I had one of those.
Wii.
And I sold it to Dave Green.
Dave Green.
Dave Green.
Nice. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
We could get Dave on the podcast. Join us,
I'd
Dave.
love to have Dave on here.
I haven't seen Dave in forever since the Emotion days. Emotion Lotion. We can edit that out.
Yeah. Nah, leave it.
All right, key point to land. Oh shit, I'm reading the sheet out loud.
You know what? We're getting down here to the end. Let's just wrap it up. So this is 3 Lives for a Quarter. Just some friends talking about video games.
Yep. Keep it chill.
Yeah, keep it chill. Classic, vintage. You know, there's classic means something to everybody that depending, your age and when you came up. So whatever.
Yep. So some episodes we're going to focus on specific games, franchises, gaming hardware, themes, even like genres, memories, whatever. All that stuff is on the board.
And nothing is better than anything else. It's just, whatever we like, whatever, catches our attention.
Yeah, we're not going to be supremacists like our generation's better than yours or like
No, not at all.
kind of, was it old man yells at clouds?
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
We're not going to be like that.
Yeah. Get off my porch.
So anyway, so welcome to 3 Lives for a Quarter. This is the first episode.
We'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.